Right, hello guys. So in today's video, we're going to be covering all of the announced changes coming in Act 2 of Episode Echoes revealed in yesterday's livestream, neatly packed without the bullshit. So let's start with number 1. A rather large change coming to the structure of the episodic model is that Episode 2 and 3, known as Episode Revenant and Episode Heresy respectively, will release all of their Act story content at once, which means if it follows a similar trend to what we've experienced with Echoes Act 1, you'll have 3 weeks worth of story to play right off rip with each new act. For any Destiny 1 fans watching, you are already familiar with this model since this is how DLCs used to work back in the day. I'm currently unsure how people are going to receive this change, but so far they seem to be enjoying the removal of time gating, which is pretty nice. Next, there are 3 new weapons coming to the seasonal loot pool in Echoes Act 2, these being the Corrasion Arc Heavy Burst Pulse Rifle with notable perks such as High Impact Reserves Volt Shot, the return of the Perfect Paradox Kinetic Rapid Fire Frame Shotgun with the tried and true combo of Threat Detector 1-2 Punch, and of course the weapon we've all been waiting for, the brand new first of its kind Solar Rocket Sidearm Aberrant Action with the GOAT combo of Heal Clip Incandescent. This is a solid roster of new weapons, and let me tell you, I am fiending for that sidearm. New main primary right there, and plus it's craftable, so basically no RNG involved. Next, Echoes Act 2 will bring 3 new battleground activities, with the first 2 releasing in week 1 and the third in week 2. Bungie stated that they want these battlegrounds to convey a more narrative focus, and the main way they are doing this is by having each consecutive battleground delve deeper into the core of Nessus, with each new battleground starting off where the previous one ended. Furthermore, the new battlegrounds are made up of 99% new original terrain and are named Delve, Conduit, and Core, and I'll leave you to guess which one takes place at the core. I'm never normally too thrilled about new seasonal activities, but if I'm honest, these battlegrounds do sound pretty fun, and I'm excited to see the new set pieces. Moving on, Bungie stated they are creating a new Vex Wyvern variant that is able to teleport and dodge player attacks, as if they weren't oppressive enough already. Next, the full suite of the brand new Row 6 artifact perks were revealed, and boy oh boy do we have some insane perks here. Firstly, Anti-Barrier Sniper Rifle is returning to us once more, a very popular mod from the past. Next in column 2 we have Authorized Mods Scavenger, which will reduce the cost of all ammo scavenger leg mods to 1, a very nice addition for build crafting optimization. In column 3 we have another returning mod, Solar Fulmination, which increases the damage and radius of all solar ignitions. In column 4 we have a new mod, Incendiary Rifle Rounds, which will allow solar sniper rifle precision hits to scorch targets. And finally, in column 5 we have Sniper's Meditation, which will increase the amount of damage your sniper rifle deals by simply dealing sniper rifle damage, with extra progress to the damage cap awarded if you're using heavy sniper rifles. I didn't expect Bungie to buff Still Hunt, but here we are, I suppose. The last 3 mods are going to be insane for damage rotations, and I can't wait to get my hands on them and test them. Next, Aggressive Frame Scout Rifles, aka the Dead Man's Tail 120 RPM frames, are getting a huge 30% damage buff in PvE. Right now it's unclear whether this is only for red bar enemies, but this is great news for an admittedly underperforming archetype. Keep an eye out for scouts like the Time-Worn Wayfarer, also with Heal Clip Incandescent, as this will become a nasty combo. I do also believe this change affects the original Dead Man's Tale as well. Next, it was announced that Eriana's Vow will also be receiving a 67% damage buff to combatant shields, which according to Chris Proctor will allow it to break barrier champion shields in 2 hits in even the highest level of content. This is of course on top of the other buff it received with the release of the final shape, where breaking a solar or barrier champion shield causes an ignition. Next we have a bit of a smaller change, but a welcome one regardless. Sniper Rifle Flinch is being heavily reduced in PvE. This is a really nice change because especially in PvE there's really no reason for Flinch to even exist, so I for one welcome this change. Another good quality of life change is the removal of Adept Mod penalties, which again is a rather needless downside to a system of mods that barely anyone interacts with, so having them gone is a big plus and will in turn increase the value of these mods. Next we have a rather big change in that Bungie are removing the reserve swapping interaction where you can rally on a triple reserve chest piece, swap back to your normal chest piece and keep the larger than normal reserves. If you try to do this post patch, your bonus ammo will simply be removed. However, to compensate for this change, they've also stated they're going to increase the total reserves of special and heavy weapons by around 10 to 15%. So for example, an adaptive frame rocket launcher like Apex Predator will go from having 7 rockets without any reserve mods to at least 8 and possibly 9. On top of this, they stated the cost of reserve mods are being reduced by 1, so I'm assuming this means they will cost 2 now, and they also said that in combination with artifact perks they will in some cases be reduced to 0 cost, which did puzzle me a bit since there are no current artifact perks that would allow this to happen, so perhaps Chris accidentally leaked an Act 3 reserve cost mod, but no matter, the point is they are going to be a lot cheaper in Act 2. Overall, a very good change as it removes the need for a very annoying swap sequence. Next, Titans rejoice. Near the end of the stream, Chris mentioned that the damage of the Twilight Arsenal and Hammer of Soul supers is going to be increased. And given that Twilight Arsenal is already a pretty solid super, this is excellent news. Titans, things are starting to look up. Finally, the super rare Edge Transit God roll of selectable Envious Assassin Cascade Point is confirmed being patched at a later date. Interestingly, the reason it's been taking so long to patch is because they've had to change the code of the gun itself, but I'm just glad it's being fixed because the chances of getting it back into the light were so abysmally low, it just created a massive sense of FOMO and gave an unfair damage advantage to the players who had it. That's all the major changes coming in Echoes Act 2 without the bullshit. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Your support means the world. And if you're really into the content I create, consider becoming a member of the channel, which not only lets you support me in the best way possible, it also nets you a whole host of awesome perks along with it. A massive shout out to these members up on screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, dear viewer.